think happy times.
All right, all right, all right. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome in to the huddle. You found us again. Shoot the gap. Rabbit hole fantasy football focus show spanning the generation gap of the 20s, 30s, and 40s. Week 2 is upon us. I am your MC, Brian Amigo Baldwin, and it's my honor, my pleasure, to introduce Ethan, the Doc Marshall. We didn't have you last time, buddy. How you feeling, man?
You know, I just consumed enough Allegra and Benadryl and Claritin for something to finally, stop my nose from just leaking and sneezing profusely. So
That's like a Sahara Desert, dude. I mean, you know,
dry it up.
I mean, your nose is thirsting right now, dude. With all that, that's awesome.
For water, I mainline water. Counter it.
And I'm gonna say this, as long as it's true, I'm gonna say this because, dude, it's a good thing. I mean, this is something that needs to be stated, and if it happened to me, I would wish these guys would do the same. So, the guy that's number 1 in our league scored the most points, and has the best record, of course, most points, 1-0.
And beat my team while he was at it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I
Hang on, let me
was
say-
scared on Sunday afternoon because you had a 47-point lead on me, bro, at one point.
Yeah, but you saw the players that you hadn't played yet. That's the thing. Like you never, because there was in another league, the game I was down constantly 30, 40 points. And then, and then I had all my guys later than that. And that's where I got all my points from.
Mhm.
Right. And then it ended up coming back. So, I mean, that's just the way that works.
Connor, the Gut Marshall.
What's up,
There you
y'all?
go.
I was right about a couple of things. I wasn't right about everything, but I was right about some things.
So yeah, that was the longest intro to you, dude. Yeah, we've ever done, to your name. So it's second week 2. All right. Some of us, as you know, had a great first week. Some of us did not. As you guys know, if you're following the show, you know that I was 3 steps away from the ledge on Sunday night, and Connor walked me off it, talked me off it, I should say. So I'm doing better now. That's what's really cool about fantasy football, is that you feel bad for me for about a couple of days, because, dude, it was, man, Eckler, come on, man. Awesome Eckler, man.
Awesome Reckler wrecked your team.
Yeah, dude, what the mess was that, dude? And Derrick Henry, dude, running
He's a
like
self-Reckler.
well, I mean, Derrick Henry. I just didn't think he had that extra, that Henry, that thunder, I don't.
I do think, though, that there are some things that, I mean, you have to look at. It's like you when you look at it, you think to yourself, how could I have, seen that coming? But some of it, it's like, I think, for instance, a player like Josh Jacobs going off. I mean, who do you have week 1? The Panthers. All right. That was kind of to be expected. We kind of knew that was going to happen. Whereas with Derrick Henry, if you looked historically, the last time he had a game in Denver, it didn't go great.
Yeah,
And
he did way better than he did against the Broncos.
Defense, right. So a lot of this stuff, it's like you look at it, and with Austin Eckler, though, that was the one you couldn't see coming. I mean, he had a great matchup. The team just took a total 180 and went in a completely different direction, away from what helps them win. So that's just one of those things where you see that happen. You're like, well, there was no way of seeing that coming.
Yeah, and then Djax, he Mr. Pump and Dump just dumped on me. Yeah, so that was terrible. And then
I got baby Chark on Sunday. Not that.
Don't even say that in Houston. What's wrong with you? Yeah. And also I had, man, it's my own fault. It's my own fault, man. It really was my own fault. I mean, this is one mistake I made. I got too excited. Put Hayden Hurst in too early, before seeing. I mean, it's a new guy on a new team, no preseason. I mean, all the signs were there. I had Goddard, just blowing up my bench, just right there. So, yeah. So, that's what happened to me, man. And also the what was it? The oh, Minnesota Vikings, man.
Yeah, that was brutal.
Yeah, it was brutal, dude. Yeah, so
It's the brutalist.
yeah, it was pretty bad. It was pretty bad. So that's week. That was my week one. As you can tell, I wasn't one that won. I did not do well, but I have hope, and so I've changed things around. Took out Hurst, put in Goddard. Hopefully, he's going to do well. Drop Djax, even though the coach came out and said that he's going to get more snaps. More snaps is great, but behind that line, I'm not sure if they're going to be able to get the ball to him. so so I don't know how much more snaps is going to be helpful, and is more snaps really good for Deshaun Jackson if you really think about it.
I'm off.
Yeah, we're out in our we lost on our team, Emord. That's what we named it, Emord. Yeah, it's so but we only lost by like 11 points, and that's because Derrick Henry didn't do what he was supposed to do, and Djax got us, and also Minnesota got us. So we made the appropriate move. We dropped Djax, picked up Naheem Hines, so we should be all right with that, and I don't think we need to really talk too much about news, because I was thinking, what we're going to do, let's just jump straight into the start sit, because this is our start sit show, guys. So this is the real fun thing. This is real, it gets real excited. This is what brought me out of my darkness, is the fact that start sit. Hey man, it's a long season. We're back in there. Let's get back in there and fight, man. The Chumbawamba, dude. You get knocked down, but you get back.
Chumbawamba.
Yeah, I get knocked down, but I got again. That's me right now.
Amigo, can you do me a solid?
What's that, man?
Can you turn your mic up a little?
Dude, I've been doing that, man. But whenever I did that, like for a second, it's like I could hear my fan in my ears, and I was like, dude, that's gotta be loud. But if you think that's it,
can you move the mic closer?
Oh yeah, santo. Yeah. Hey, look at this. This is professionalism, guys, right here.
No, say that again. Oyo santo. What does that mean, friend?
It means oh my God in Spanish.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Just took the Lord's name in vain in another language.
No, I was calling on his help.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was doing. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Right on.
No, sorry. Yeah. Dude, was that better? Okay. All right.
This is the peak of our professionalism, guys.
There you go, dude. Yeah.
We have a new theme. We had to do that, but then we had to bring people down to earth and show them that we are yet human.
Yep. And right now, of course, before we jump into it, want to go ahead and thank all the two supporters. We have a couple supporters of our show. Yeah, hope, and the list is growing. So first one, of course, High Volume Music Radio, the pride of Sunnyside. Yeah, please download the app. You'll be happy that you did. Again, Sunnyside, man, that's here in Houston. It's a local thing. It's a friend of mine started this radio station. It's actually becoming pretty successful. It's getting a lot of airplay, and the music that you hear on there is not stuff that you normally hear. It's a nice funk, man. You get to hear some some backdoor Prince. Just some stuff that like on Friday. They have this show, Anthony, on from I think it's like 11 noon to 2. It's called Funk Me Friday. Dude, I mean, you're not going to get any work done. Okay, you're just going to be grooving the whole time. So yeah, it's awesome.
You're going to sweat though.
Dude, I'm telling you, I've tried to sit here and done some work, listen to Funk Me Friday. I just can't do it.
Yeah, but you have a good time though.
You're just like, oh man, But so yeah, check it out. We're on there. A lot of great content. Pride of Sunnyside, check them out. And of course, the next supporter, sponsor of the show, of course, is Sports Hopes app. Connor, you want to go and lay that down, my brother?
So the good thing about this channel is our sponsors, our affiliates, just like the Amigo was talking about with the Pride of Sunnyside. The great thing about Sports Hosts is that this app, this is a global app. This is an international app. This app is not limited by anything. In the fantasy football world, we're always talking about ceilings and floors, limiting things. This isn't like that. This thing is beyond that. It's global. It's everywhere. It's great. Check it out in the link below.
All right. Sweet. Yeah. So we're going to go ahead and just jump straight into our start sits. And of course, at any time during the show, if you're just intrigued, you're entertained by three beefheads bantering about, please hit the like and subscribe button. We'll feel the love. You'll be able to get our show every twice a week, because we do a show, of course, Wednesday night. So you guys are going to be seeing it Thursday morning. It's going to help you with your start sit for Thursday and the weekend, and also Monday. And then we're also going to film. We were originally doing on Sunday, but I think we're going to do it on Monday now. So that way you guys will get you'll get the show to help you guys with the waiver wires. Okay,
We're going
so
with the flow though, so no promises.
yeah, well, yeah. But that's the plan. So hit the like and subscribe button, and one guarantee, that's guaranteed you'll get every one of our shows. Help you out. I mean, like I said, you got a couple things here. You got somebody whose advice you can question. Okay, you got somebody's advice you can listen to. So you put it into you decide who's who. But I'm thinking about changing my nickname from the Amigo to like the bent antenna. Okay.
Hey man, we could easily be having the flip discussion next.
Yeah, Brian.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You're not giving yourself enough credit because
No.
who's your guy? Who's your guy that went off on Sunday? But he wasn't on your team.
Yeah.
Who's your guy who went off, but he was on my team and not your team? Josh Jacobs. No, what I'm saying is you were this close.
Make me feel better.
No, but we don't. What I'm saying is in this specific scenario, you did not get Josh Jacobs, but Josh Jacobs is your guy.
Mhm.
So it's not
That's
like
what hurts. It hurts, dude, to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when you like someone a lot and you that's and you make that claim, you put your name on that person, and then they're off there on someone else's team doing great. Yeah.
No, but here's the thing, Brian. You made good claims this week, and what if this next week? What if like Josh Jacobs, Jonathan Taylor, and Joe Mixon all have bad weeks? Like I could all my guys hit this week, or most of them, so they could all not hit next week, and all your guys could hit. Like
Yeah, you
but
got
you never know after 1 week.
Drake, didn't you?
What's that?
Drake, Connor, who was? Oh, Mixon was your
Mixon.
running back. Didn't have a good showing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, Connor, what's my nickname?
the Amigo. It's always
Okay.
going to be the Amigo.
Okay. Well, if I'm really a friend, I'd never find happiness in you failing. So that doesn't make me happy if none of those guys show up for you. Okay.
Well,
okay.
thanks, friend. No,
That
that's
would never
not
make
what
me
I'm.
happy.
No. I was trying to say that to prove a point because you feel bad because of week 1, right? You
Mhm.
feel bad about your guys.
Well,
So
that's-
I allegedly am supposed to feel great about all of my guys week 1. But
Mhm.
just because they do good week 1 doesn't mean that they're going to be good. One thing that you and me were talking about, David Johnson and Le'Veon Bell both had great games week 1 last year. It's all about time.
Dude, it's only 1 week, but you still feel like you my biggest thing is because it's the first week,
kinda
and
sets
this
the
is something
tone.
I said last Sunday was that I was like, you know what? I was like, I spent 6 months of my life researching, doing all these mock drafts, reading and just making sure and just checking things out and doing the best I can and figuring things out. And the only thing ended up was I was 6 months older. That's it.
But you are equipped to face on these other 15 weeks.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see
And
what the
you're
Lord says.
ranked platinum.
Well, let's
I
get
hope
on
so. I might have lost it. I might have lost it. Yeah, good point. Yeah.
pulled up here. I don't know if were you set to go off that, or did you already have a list put together, or?
Oh, dude, we are not going to deny our listeners the magic that comes out of Connor's throat whenever he announces the
Oh
games.
yeah, I have them pulled up.
That's different level, man. Yeah, I mean, he's the guy who has to lead us, dude. I mean, he wasn't even doing it on Sunday night. This guy's in a rhythm.
Shout out to Coach Jackson from St. John's. He's the one who taught me how to talk like this.
Ah, all right.
All right. So we're doing it. We're not doing any news because there were some injuries.
Well, I mean, I was thinking that as we talk to the teams, we can go ahead and go across the news. It would kind of go hand in
Fair
hand.
enough.
You feeling me?
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
So if you guys have any news or anything like that, I mean, like I have a couple things.
I
but,
have
mean,
a couple things.
There you go. If you have anything, jump in there, man. Let's hear it, dude. It's all three of us, dude.
Now this is a game that I am interested in because I have Joe Mixon.
Which one?
The first game.
Oh,
First off,
yes.
the Bengals at the Browns. Now, for this game, both teams are 0-1 during the bottom of the division, and it's going to be interesting because we have two of the, I guess, they're RB1s, Nick Chubb and Joe Mixon. Maybe Kareem Hunt.
What you think? Kareem Hunt being an RB1?
Yeah, I mean, speaking of numbers, he's no number one, but the number two wide receiver, Odell Beckham Jr. What do you guys think?
You know what? Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Okay, and this is what, like, whenever I was doing my start sits, I decided that I want to give complete transparency. Okay, and so I hate listening to these sit shows that they tell you something, then the next week it's like they tell you to start somebody, but they don't own up to it. They don't say anything. So I have little notes here that on these whenever I'm talking about start sits where I got stuff wrong. Okay, where
Yeah,
I
I
told you
got
guys.
stuff wrong. I started Fitz. That didn't work.
Well, okay, when we get there, dude, we'll talk about Miami.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. But in this game, like I said to start OBJ, okay, from last week.
Last
Okay.
week.
I messed that up. That was wrong.
I
on
said
me.
to start him too. I was wrong about that.
And I said to start Tyler Boyd. I was wrong, on Cincinnati. I was wrong on that.
So who are you starting this game, brother?
Oh, this game, dude, I am going to start Joe Mixon. Okay. I know that it's a little
It makes
tough
me
right
feel
now.
a little better.
Yeah, dude. But I really think that you can't base anything off one game. This is what you guys were telling me the whole time. Okay, and one thing that you have to look at, okay, just like on Eckler, it's incredible the similarities because how many touches Connor did Mixon get? Like runs?
19 carries.
19 carries, dude. That's a lot of opportunity.
And he
okay?
fumbled.
Okay, well, okay, and now he's good for like another 2 years. Okay, all right. So, yeah, so I think so. I would start Joe Mixon on Cincinnati, and I would start AJ Green. Those are the only two guys I would start in Cincinnati. Cleveland, I would only start two guys on.
You want to start
Cleveland.
Joe Burrow as a stream?
No. I wouldn't because I'm just not. It's only been one game. Okay.
Would you stream him in a 12-man league where there's very few quarterbacks to stream? Like Minshew's off, Kirk Cousins is off, everyone else is off the waivers.
Tannehill? Is Tannehill
Yeah.
there?
No, Tannehill is not there. You drafted
Okay.
Phillip Rivers because you thought that was going to be something. And
Yeah, I would. I mean, if you're in that situation, you're backed into a corner.
it's Joe
Yes, but-
Burrow and Daniel Jones.
But I'm just Joe Burrow. Then I'm going Burrow, dude. It's not even a question. You saw that interception. What, like, Barkley was open the whole time. Barkley was open.
That was a
And then
boneheaded decision.
He's like duck throw to the defense. I mean, dude, it was terrible.
He had such poise on that drive, and then he just was
Golly.
like, "Oh yeah, I'm Daniel Jones."
Yeah, right.
Well, one thing's for certain, he's been
Daniel
learning.
Jones. If he was Daniel Jones, he would have coughed it up in a fumble. This is Lee Daniel.
Ooh.
This is the guy that
Oh.
throws it away in the end zone. He doesn't get a fumble.
You know what's funny, dude, is that in my age group, like anytime you heard like movies, especially like your age, when I was your age, Connor, like anything that was futuristic, it was like something 2020, it was like, and that was like far in the future, like even if you look at like Demolition Man, it's like a future thing. I mean, it's set like in 2012 or something like that, after there's a big earthquake and all that, because that's future, So this is the future Daniel Jones 2020, So that's
Instead
what
of
you're seeing.
fumbling it, he just throws the pick.
Yeah.
He fumbles it in the air. That's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just a fumble that falls 2 or 3 yards. It goes yards now, dude. It's the future.
Well,
yeah.
speaking of,
yeah, I would stream him in that situation, that pigeonhole one little avenue that you're talking about. Yes, I would stream Joe Burrow.
I would
Okay.
say that circumstance, it's hard to find a player that you wouldn't start if you had no other choice but to start them.
that's a very good point. I did kind of straw man it up a bit.
Yeah, so I mean, it's kind of like, I can't start anyone there, then yeah, I'll start him. But because I mean, if you're down to the point where where Minshew's not there,
Well, would you start him or like a Jimmy G? That's because like, would you really want to start Jimmy G?
I mean, none of those guys I'm psyched about starting. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm in a situation where I'm having to start them, I would probably, between them this week, I'd probably go 49ers because they're playing the Jets. Gosh,
Oh,
I
that's
was
true.
able to go off on them.
But dude, I would totally do Burrow in that. But we're kind of jumping ahead. We'll talk
We're
about
jumping
the
ahead.
49ers
Okay,
there.
so defenses.
But I would do
guys.
Burrow in that situation.
Defenses, Browns, Bengals. Which one you started? Which one you said?
I'm sitting
both,
both of those guys are on. Yeah,
and I'm not starting either kicker.
No, Randy Bullock and was it
Not
Cody
Randy down the bench.
Barkley? Yeah, no.
Yeah, their names aren't
No.
worthy.
No.
Speaking of Daniel Jones, the New York Giants are playing the Bears, and it's gonna be a good game. I think Saquon's gonna have a bounce back game.
I can't. I agree with you. I don't. You own the Chicago Bears, and so it's difficult to say this, but they're going to take a couple of weeks, I think, like Minnesota, to try to get stuff together. And
yeah, they didn't look too hot. It kind of made me like, oh, Detroit wasn't a terrible offense to be a part of.
The Bears gave up 90 yards to Adrian Peterson, dude.
Yeah.
Who would you start in this, Connor?
I want to ask the doc a question. How do you feel about Anthony Miller?
Just straight up, just like, poof! Your question means nothing to me.
No. I saw that in our league, the doc picked up Anthony Miller, and I want to know his because I know there's been talk about Allen Robinson.
But yeah, it was a stash. And he was a stash because I want to see what happens in Chicago. I mean, I had Perryman on my team, and it became fairly obvious that Campbell is going to be that person that it goes to, not Perryman. So I dropped Perryman and picked up Miller because Miller had a great week, and who knows, crazier things have happened.
I think it's a good move. I like the move. I like Anthony Miller as a player, and one thing I've noticed about Trubisky is when he throws like a lot of touchdowns, he doesn't throw them all to Robinson. He throws a lot of them to Miller.
Well, and there's obviously, Robinson there's some kind of issue going on there between him and the Bears, and we'll just see what happens. All I know is that I wouldn't be all that surprised if I get a da-na-na on my phone and he moved to the Patriots.
Miller?
They're supposing that they cleared the air, man, and that they're all good. Yeah.
How can a talk with Matt Nagy go well?
Hang on, did you just say Matt Nagy?
I was on that one, man.
It's beautiful. We're hitting our stride.
People can like. There were several times where Le'Veon Bell and Adam Gase supposedly made up. Obviously, look at that situation, right?
Beautiful.
So, yeah. No,
I'm not going to write that situation off totally. And I think Miller is kind of like one of those dudes that, who knows,
Well, everything coming out of training camp was that he came back different. Like the reason why he sat last year was that he wasn't focused or taking the game seriously. And so, over the off season, he's had a kid. Sometimes that kind of changes people. And so now he came back more focused. He's a different player. And supposedly, like he's deemed to have a good year anyway. So I think that Gene would agree with us, dude, about that pickup that you made. I love it.
Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah, good old Gene coming in for us.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great pickup, but I wouldn't fear about Allen Robinson. I think everything is cool. I think they're going to work out well together. So I wouldn't pick up Allen or Anthony Miller thinking that something's going to happen to Robinson. I think that's going to be fine. I think
that's why I was fine with making the move, is because I felt like
no
matter what happens with that situation, Miller still gets targets.
Yep. So Connor, back to the question that you just threw off to my into the
So I'd start Saquon. I'd start Dave. No, I don't know if I'd start David Montgomery yet. Maybe if you have nothing better.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I'd
just wait.
I think we've talked about the receivers. I'd start Robinson. I wouldn't start Miller. I would start Darius Slayton, and I would stream Daniel Jones. And of course, Saquon Barkley.
Not against the Bears.
I think he could still get like 18 to 20 points. Like if you're streaming, that means slim pickings. I'm just being real.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, I'd do Barkley. I wouldn't stream Jones personally. I would start Duke. I'd go Shepard. I think Shepard's a good start.
Nope.
No, you don't think Sterling Shepard's a decent start?
I think Shepard's a safety valve. He could be good in this game.
There you go. And I don't think that Daniel Jones can support two wide receivers.
I think it's going to be slight over.
I don't think the Bears' defense is as good as the Steelers after what I saw Monday, because their defense did not look rusty. I know that they let the Giants score some points, but like that series where they like the guy coughed the ball and then they held them to 3 points, like they didn't let them score and they were inside the 10. That was huge. Like that's what a mature defense does.
Are you so would you start the defense? Chicago?
Yeah,
What about you, Doc?
Yeah, I definitely would.
but
I
I
would.
think
Dude, everything is volatile with defenses unless you have the Bills or a Pittsburgh, a team that you were 100. You probably drafted in the ninth round or something ridiculous. Unless you have one of those, they're so volatile right now. The only one that delivered in those late rounds was New Orleans, and it was because Tampa Bay didn't know what the hell they were doing. They played like they forgot how to play football.
How can you forget about WTF, man?
Their defense, did they score a lot of points? I didn't even see them on there.
15 points.
Oh,
I'm
really?
I'm thinking about picking them up and dropping the Bears. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I would
You
wait.
don't think that's a
I'm
product
waiting
of
another week.
Yeah, well,
the
here's
Eagles?
I'll tell you. I know we'll cover this when we get to Washington, but since we're here, I don't know if it's so much as the Washington defense or the Philadelphia line.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to bring up. Yeah.
Yeah, but we'll get to that. We're kind of jumping ahead a little. But I would not start the New York Giants defense though, since we're talking about defense. I wouldn't start Montgomery because I just want to wait. I wouldn't start Jimmy Graham. I wouldn't start the baby draft Cordell Patterson. I wouldn't start the kicker Eddie Pinero. I wouldn't start Golden Tate. I wouldn't start the kicker Gano for the Giants. So the defense I wouldn't start, and Jones I wouldn't start. But
Ingram.
oh, I'd start Ingram.
Okay.
Yeah. Because that's my whole thing is that I think that he's going to. I don't think they can support Ingram, Slayton, and Shepard, and Tate or something like that. I think Ingram is going, even though he didn't have a good game. I think I'm not worried about it, dude. I'm not worried about that guy. When he's out there, he always produces. So, I wouldn't panic on Ingram too much.
Speaking of defenses that you don't want to start, next up, the Atlanta Falcons at the Dallas. My card here says Cowgirls. Am I reading it right? Okay, so for this game, Zeke looked pretty good last week, guys. Zeke looked pretty good. He has a tattoo on his belly that says "Feed me."
And the O-line did not look good
for the Cowboys.
Yes, did not look as good as advertised. Yeah, that offense did not look as good.
Not top five.
Especially with Jarwin out. I think they were really, really looking forward to using Jarwin. And I think that kind of messed things up. Yeah. But that also played into my starts, where that's why I'm now, like last week I said to sit Lamb. I think that was my right decision. Yeah, but now he's a start. Last week I said sit Gallup, which fine, but now I would start him.
I'm starting all three wide receivers in this game for both the Falcons and the Cowboys.
You're starting Gage, Ridley, and Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And you're starting Gallup, Lamb, and Cooper.
Yep.
I wouldn't start Gage just yet, dude. I just don't know what's going on there, dude. I'm just not a believer. Just
well, if you have him, that means you're desperate and that he's probably in your flex.
Well, dude, you come up with these things like, hey, you're gonna start and sit. You're like, oh, sit them. But man, what if it happens where the apocalypse have come in? Jesus is coming there. He sucked up all the players, and the only thing left is Graham Gano. Would you start him? Come on, dude. You're getting all these big situations. I'm saying, generally speaking, in a normal roster, okay, I wouldn't start that. But yeah, dude, if you're backed against the wall, absolutely, my brother.
Yeah,
let's say
I just want to make sure that there isn't like a person listening who's backed against a wall and they're not hearing what we're not saying.
We can just go ahead and put it out there. When we're saying not to start someone, that's assuming that it's either that you have other choices. It's not either an empty roster spot or them.
That's a fair point.
Yeah, we're assuming that you're not in a 20-team league. Okay.
I'm just gonna do boom bust in my head, and then I'm gonna say starter sit.
We still
be a high scoring affair. That's what appeals to me about this matchup. I think there's going to be a lot to go around.
Yeah, I would agree with Koo also starting Koo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gurley start Gurley.
Would you
I
start
would
Zerline?
not. That's the one, dude. I was gonna ask you about. I don't know, dude. I don't know about starting Zerline.
I mean, if you drafted him, that means you believe in him. I didn't
Yeah,
draft him because I don't believe in him. I started Sly, and I'm starting him every game.
sure. Yeah, he
Yeah,
absolutely started, but you'll see when we get to him. But Doc, what's your thoughts on Zerline?
I mean, he's not the kicker that I would prefer out of this matchup. That's for sure.
Would
yep.
you start him?
I mean,
That means no.
no. I'd probably see who has a decent matchup, a team who's going to be in the red zone often, and do that route.
Greg the leg, man. He fell, dude.
No,
Golly.
I know, it's
Golly.
disappointing.
Yeah. But he missed, dude. He missed that one kick. Like
That was
bad.
so bad. It was so
Yeah.
bad.
I wouldn't start Hayden Hurst. I would sit Hurst. Let's just see, just like under the same reason of Gage. All right.
Yeah.
Because I don't I don't know if Hurst starts coming out, if Gage is going to start going down. All right.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so that's so volatile. I wouldn't want to start Gage and get a disappointment, especially with me being 0-1.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, and I wouldn't start the Atlanta defense.
obviously, or the Cowboys.
I wouldn't start, but I wouldn't start Cooper either. I would not start Amari Cooper or Tony Pollard.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I don't agree with that. I would start Cooper, but Doc, would you start Cooper?
Um, it would have to come down to like who I had on my team under him. If I had someone I could pivot to, then I'd be great. I'd probably pivot to someone like if I had maybe AJ Green or Robert Woods or someone like that that was on my bench, maybe not my starting. I'd swap them out for Cooper.
Stephon Diggs, that's another one.
What about
like
Marquise Brown?
Oh, definitely.
Yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. But
But you know what? I mean, I wouldn't feel terrible if I kept Cooper there. It would only be is there someone that I feel really good about?
Mhm.
Okay. Next up, this is going to be an interesting one. We have the Detroit Lions at the Green Bay Packers. And Rodgers started 1-0, and the Lions 0-1. What's going to happen? Are the Packs going to pack, or are the Lions going to lion?
Well, let's see here. I don't know if the Packers, same thing with the other one. I don't know if it's something as that that's how good that offense is or how bad Minnesota was. Okay. I mean, I don't know, and Detroit, that's a kind of a middle of the road defense, leaning on the good side. Well, I mean, they lost Darius Slay, but still, I'm talking about they're a little bit better than anything. I was talking to Ethan about this earlier. Is that if I want to make a change on the Vikings, I don't have to have any fear. That's the freedom of having the worst defense in the whole league. It's like you're going to go up no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to understand that the Packers played the worst defense. Okay,
Yeah.
so I would still start Rodgers. I would still start Adams. I would start Jones. Again, here I do need to talk about that. I said to start MVS or to sit MVS and
Start
to
him.
sit Lazard.
Start both of them.
That was a mistake on mine, so start them this time.
Start him, boys.
Yeah, I would start Crosby. I would definitely do that.
No.
I would.
I owned him the game. He missed like 17 field goals.
Golly, dude, you're just. My gosh,
I was so mad. I was so mad.
Honky Town
Brian can
brother.
attest to this. I was so mad that day, and I've never forgiven Mason Crosby. I drop him like that day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
the
I
ball was
did.
still the ball was still in the air.
Yeah, like that game. Yeah, like that game wasn't even over. I already dropped him.
Yeah. Well, dude, Funky Town, brother. Got to move on, man.
Nope.
Yeah. And so, but I also on the that's who I'd start on the Green Bay side. Doc, do you agree?
Yeah, I like all those. I think you're probably going to have. I don't see a defense with the Lions that to me is particularly scary. Right? They let Trubisky and the Chicago Bears come back on them and beat them. So
Yeah.
you have Aaron Rodgers at the helm and a better running back in Aaron Jones, and Devontae Adams, superstar receiver. Yeah, feel great about that.
So would you start Green Bay's defense?
Man, I would be a tempting stream. It would. It would be a tempting stream. But I can also see. I mean, a lot of it depends on the Galladay news. Like if I hear the Galladay's back in, and so you're going to have Marvin Jones and Galladay and Hawkinson out there. Stafford, I could see it being a shootout. You know.
Yeah, on two couple things on Galladay. He didn't practice today. Okay. But also, I've kind of like one of the lessons I learned last year is that anytime you have an injured player, I don't start no matter how great they are. I will not start them the very next game that they're back. Okay, because
Yeah.
for two reasons, they're rusty, and number two, they could. I want to see if they're going to injure themselves again. And I don't want them to have like one quarter and be like, "Oh, my hamstring hurts," and then there you go. So I was sitting Galladay if he's playing or if he's not. I mean, of course, if he's not, you're not starting him. But I'm planning on sitting him any which way you look at it. So I went into this with that idea that Galladay would not be there, and so
But, but even with the Packers, like I mean, all Stafford needs is one good option. Thielen went off.
mm-hmm.
That was pretty much all that Cousins was passing to, right? And
Yeah.
so, if Stafford can just link up with Marvin Jones the entire game or TJ Hawkinson, lean on them, they can still, ruin your day. But I think the Packers are a decent streaming option.
That was another one that I made a mistake on. I said to sit DJ Hawkinson.
I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was a mistake there, and I did say to start Detroit's defense. I did say to do that. Yeah, so that was a mistake from last time. But I would sit Galladay, the defense. I would sit AP. I would sit Carry On, but I would start DeAndre Swift.
Okay.
Yeah, in the flex, I definitely would because I think that he's going to have time now to practice with them this week, and so he's obviously the pass catching back. They obviously they trust him enough to throw him the. I don't know if they're going to do it again, but they sure did try to throw him the game winning touchdown. But he just. I mean, come on, dude. I mean, a little nervy. Got a little nervy, and just.
I think the names that I really only want to target in this game would be Swift and Lewis, unless Galladay plays. And I would start. Look, I have Jonnu Smith, so I don't need to pick Hawkinson off of waivers. But if no one else was there except for Hawkinson, I would start Hawkinson.
Especially if Galladay's not then.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What about Stafford?
I'd start him.
Mm-hmm. No one said anything about Stafford, so.
Yeah, and Prater. I would start Prater at the kicker.
No.
I would.
No.
I would. And let's see here. Yeah, Jamal Williams, guys.
Yeah, I know. Dude was making my day unpleasant.
Yeah, so would y'all what is he just just a handcuff for Jones?
I mean, I see him as he's sharing the workload. He's more than a handcuff. He's kind of sharing the workload.
So would you start him? He's startable?
I would start him in the flex.
He's a poor man's Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Except, I don't know why we're calling him that. He's on a more potent offense.
Well, that's true, but in terms of volume and production and talent.
Yeah.
And Mercedes Lewis, tight end for Green Bay.
Now you're just doing that to have fun, to show off that you.
I do work hard. I do work hard, guys. I do work hard. Yeah. Thank you.
We love you for it, amigo.
Dude. Yeah, man, I was like today whenever I was getting everything ready, for the start sit, I was like, I'll knock this out in an hour. And like 2 hours go by. And seriously, about 3 hours I was working on this whole thing, dude, just trying to get it all down. And I was like, and I telling myself, like, am I that stupid? Why is it going so long? But I'm just doing so much research. Anyway, continue.
Next, we have Jacksonville at Tennessee. Now, I'm predicting bounce back game for Derrick Henry in a big way.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm hoping for it too. I think it was the altitude that was bothering him. I think that Derrick Henry really is going to be a good start. I think Ryan Tannehill is going to be a good start. Of course, my love target. Jonnu Smith, I think in this game is going to be a good start. I think the defense is going to be a good start. I would start AJ Brown, and a name that I never thought I would ever say to start on the Tennessee Titans, Corey Davis.
Yeah, dude.
I would not start him.
Against okay, all right. I'm just saying that I think that I think they're going to do well. I think they're going to be so focused. Derrick Henry's going to have a good game. He's going to make it to where they're going to have to focus on him. And it's going to open up a lot of stuff. You already know that that it's all play action passing. You know that's what it is. You know, so that's what I would do. You know, I'm just that's my feeling. Corey Davis has always been kind of on the precipice of greatness. You know, or at least being fantasy relevant. I think he might be there now.
Yeah, he definitely showed it on Monday night.
Yeah, but would you start James Robinson or DJ Shark or?
I would start Chart.
I would start Chark. Robinson's interesting. Gordon was able to get a little bit of a running game going on Monday, but I don't feel as confident about Jacksonville's line as I do Denver's line, so I'm not going to start Robinson. I'd start Chark, and I'd stream if I had to Minshew.
Yeah, definitely Minshew's streamable. That was the one that we talked about, you know, when it first happened.
I would start Titans D. I would not start Jags D.
Yeah, and I wouldn't start Goskowski. Yeah.
He gave someone a Prater game there, Connor. That's what Goskowski did. He gave someone.
God, poor
He
guy.
redeemed himself at least. He redeemed himself in the end.
But you know, dude, like when they showed him on the sideline, I was proud of him.
Yeah.
You know why? Because he was the only player in that whole team that was practicing social distancing.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So good man. You know, looking after everybody else. He's a good teammate.
Moving on.
Well, hang on. I wouldn't start Chris Thompson. Yeah, or Josh Lambeau or Chenault, Latavius Chenault.
I think this is
Only gave flashes, but we
Yeah, I screwed up. I said to start Chenault last time, and I said to sit
said not
AJ
to.
Brown and to sit Corey Davis, and I was wrong on that. I said to start Chris Thompson, I was wrong on that, and of course Gostowski, I said to start. So
Okay.
yeah, no Eifert either. Tyler
Minnesota Vikings at the Indianapolis Colts. Now, Brian likes to go on about how his Minnesota D is not all that, but I would definitely start them this week if I was him. I think they're going to have a great week against the Colts. And
Philip Rivers likes to throw the ball to the other team. He did it twice with Jacksonville, who does not have a great defense.
look, man,
So that seems like a good matchup.
he's getting older. Philip Rivers has turned into Philip Rivers.
That being said, I would be fine with
I think I feels for that.
Minnesota. I would be fine with starting Jonathan Taylor and Hines. I think they're going to have great games.
Oh yeah.
Um, I'd start Paris Campbell and T.Y. Hilton. And that's about it on the Colts that I would start.
Yeah, I said to sit Naeem Hines, I think. And yeah, I said to sit Naeem Hines. Yeah, Naeem Hines.
You said to sit Taylor too.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did. All right. Oh no, not Taylor.
Yeah, you did.
No, I looked at my notes, dude. I know I didn't.
Oh.
Yeah, I said to sit Naeem Hines, and I said to sit Hilton. So and I said to start Jack Doyle, and I said to start the Indy defense. That's where I messed up. But there's been like Jack Doyle didn't practice today, so
Yeah.
you know, keep an eye out, and you know that might actually like. Every time I ask Connor, I'll ask you again, dude. Anytime I ask you about the tight ends in Colts, on the Colts,
I
what
want
do you say?
all of the praise for if Mo Alley Cox breaks out, and none of the blame for him busting.
Dude, you got it, man. You got it, because
You know what?
yeah, but dude, he might be the guy this week. So like we're talking start sit. Mo Alley Cox actually might be a streaming option.
I love the idea, you know, and obviously I love Mo Alley Cox as a player, but I don't see the pathway as him as a potential. You know, he would be like a fifth option, but who knows? I don't know though.
Well, you know,
On the Vikings,
Rivers
so-
likes his tight end.
I think we all agree on the Colts. For the Vikings, I would start Thielen and I would start Cook. I would stream Cousins. I would start their defense. I would start their kicker this game.
Yep, I agree with
Yeah, I'd sit Justin Jefferson, Madison, Rudolph. Yep, but I would not do Cousins. Cousins scares me.
I don't agree with those additional names you lumped in, except for Madison.
What, you would start him?
No, I would not start them.
Yeah, I said
Sit those.
Oh, you said
said-
sit. Oh, that
Yeah.
makes so much more sense.
yeah.
I
Like,
agree with
come on.
that too. Then,
Yeah, but you said to start the defense, right?
yeah.
Okay, cool. Moving on.
The Buffalo Bills at the Miami Dolphins. Now, I think the Bills are going to cream the Dolphins this game, guys. I would
Cream.
start Diggs.
You don't
That's
hear
a
that.
hot take there, buddy.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
hear that word that much. I'm gonna cream him. You know, you don't hear
They're
that a
gonna
lot.
cream them. They're going to make them into cream.
Yeah. I love the Bills defense here. I have them in one of my leagues, so I'm very much looking forward to that matchup. I'd also start Josh Allen. I would start Stephon Diggs.
Mhm.
And man, I don't know about that backfield. I'm just not crazy about either Singletary or Moss at this point.
I'd start John Brown too.
I
Yeah,
would.
John Brown had a great game. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd start Moss in
and,
the flex.
and I said to sit John Brown, by the way. Yeah,
He
and I
did.
said to start Singletary and to start Dawson Knox.
I think I said to start Moss.
Yeah, so I messed that up on the Buffalo side.
I'm not starting
last week.
anyone on the Dolphins.
That's funny. That's exactly what I have on start. I have no one. That's what I
No one.
wrote. Yeah, no one.
No.
And then I went through the whole laundry list of writing everybody out, but the ones I got wrong last week was I said to start Fitzpatrick, I said to start Breida, I said to start Preston Williams, I said to start Gesicki, and I said to start Devontae Parker. All those were bad moo-moos.
Yeah, they're not good.
No,
It's not good. It's
nope.
not good.
So don't start Miami.
not good.
Anything.
Anything else,
Yeah, but I would start Zach Moss because with the idea of
Moss.
using the term that the young kids use, I think that Buffalo is going to cream Miami, and and so that means that they're going to run it. And I think that Zach Moss is the guy to have on the backfield if you have to choose between the two.
That's what makes me nervous about Diggs, but maybe this is a game that the Fitz magic comes out and becomes a shootout. Who knows?
Well, no, I think Diggs is going to be fine.
You never
think
know
so.
who you're gonna get though.
Yeah,
Moving
Yeah.
on.
makes life interesting.
Niners at the
Oh.
New York Jets.
Can I say one thing real quick about the Colts?
Yes.
They tried out Lamar Williams, so they're looking for another running back.
You mean Lamar Miller?
Yeah, Yeah, Lamar Miller. Sorry, Lamar Miller. Yeah, they tried. They tried him out, and the reports are that not that they're signing him yet, just the fact that they are looking to fill that spot.
do
know,
not
so-
give a single.
So I mean, what if Freeman gets there? Devontae Freeman goes
No.
there.
J
You know?
Train.
All right.
Jonathan Taylor Power.
All right. All right, I
Be
agree with you.
gone.
No, I agree with you, especially not anytime soon. So yeah, just throwing that out there, just because that was a noteworthy thing. Continue, sir.
So the 49ers and the Jets, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
am
you
only
Sure,
starting
no,
Crowder.
I would start the
Jets.
49ers defense. I'd start Gould. I'd start Robbie Gould.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, you know what? I don't know. I don't feel extremely excited about either players. I mean, I think I'd start Crowder. I think I'd start Jameson Crowder. The 49ers secondary is getting depleted. I believe Richard Sherman is out.
That's right.
Um,
I was going
so-
to ask you about that. Like your
yeah,
confidence
that
on the
makes
defense.
me. Yeah, that makes me. I mean, I don't know. I might still start their defense, but I would definitely. I'm a little more confident in the Jets. At least Jameson Crowder, maybe.
Herndon.
Chris Herndon. So I like those guys. I'm not starting Gore. I'm not starting. Balaj.
Balaj. Yeah.
Yeah, Balaj.
Yeah.
Not starting any of those
Darnold.
guys.
Darnold. What about
No,
Darnold?
I'm not starting Darnold. No,
Not even on
no.
stream.
I think the front in San Francisco is going to make his day unpleasant
Sam
because
Ficken.
the secondary is going to be depleted, but I think the front's still going to get to him.
Sam Frickin.
No freaking
No freaking way.
freaking-
So now, of course, the news that just came out today was that Mohamed Sanu signed with San Francisco. I definitely would not start him, and yeah, I would just keep an eye on the whole thing. I wouldn't start Jimmy G. We talked about him being a streamer. Yeah, definitely in a streamer situation. Ayuk, I would not start Ayuk. Yeah, so I'm with you with the Ficken, and I just basically said exactly what you did. I wouldn't start any wide receiver not named Crowder. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
And I would keep an eye on the Kittle news. Keep an eye.
Oh,
Keep an eye on Kittle. Start Mostert. Maybe start McKinnon in the flex if you need to.
yeah. Now, if Kittle goes down, Jordan Reed, do you pick up Jordan
Nope.
Reed?
I do. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, if I because there's a league that I own him, so I'm definitely going to pick him up off waivers. If Kill's out, put him on the IR and see if Reed delivers. If he doesn't, pie in my face.
Okay, sounds good.
Moving
oh no,
on.
I'm not agreeing to that.
That's what it sounds like to me. Yeah, it's
Moving
documented.
on. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have it looks like 7 more games. So this is a few.
Do it.
So we're gonna tackle them 2 at a time, kind of a double header, twice the fun, twice the guns, because that's what Shoot the Gap is all about, guys. So we got the Rams, we got the Rams at the Eagles, and the Broncos at the Steelers.
I didn't sign on for that, dude. That's way too much information thrown out.
Yeah.
You can handle it.
Yeah,
You can handle it.
I'd rather rocket fire than try to say let's just pile it on here. Eat the food. Eat the
Let's,
food. Yeah,
Okay.
let's
Well,
Yeah.
let's just each
But I'll-
person do.
I like the idea.
I tried.
No, I like it. I like it. I love it. Okay, how about this, dude? I'll say something, and then you guys tell me if y'all would start them. Look, Rams defense.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert Woods.
Yeah.
Okay. Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I would sit him. Malcolm Brown.
No.
No.
Oh, I'd start him. Akers.
No.
No.
See, I'd start him. Higby.
Yeah.
No.
No, see, I'd start him. Don't listen to me, guys. I'm, listen to the guy that has the weird mustache. Listen to that guy.
It's not weird. It's cool.
That's what weird people say. Okay, so what about Jared
It has
Goff?
powers.
Again, you're getting weirder, dude. You're not helping yourself. Okay, Goff.
No.
Okay,
Hell no. Get that shit out of my face.
okay, Henderson.
Who?
Okay, Darrell Henderson.
That was on purpose.
Okay.
That was
Okay, yeah. Well, if you wouldn't start the other guys, why would you start Henderson?
Yeah.
Everett. No, probably not Everett. If you
No,
wouldn't do
no,
it.
injury issues.
Okay, yeah, I agree with you on that. What about Sam Sloman, their kicker?
No.
Okay, Doc, you rapid fire the Philadelphia at us.
Okay. Well, I don't have the roster. Okay. Wentz.
I would.
Okay. Sanders.
no.
Yes, if he's playing.
Scott.
Oh, hang
No.
on now. No, I would sit Sanders. Yeah, I just want to give
There
my
we
whole
go.
thing.
There we
He's
go.
injured. You don't play the first game.
There
You don't
we
play
go.
him in the first game. Yeah, no, Sanders is down.
He's back.
Yeah.
He's back,
Yeah.
guys.
Hey, okay.
He's back, but he's not.
Or-
Boston
yeah,
Scott.
No,
No.
he got hurt.
He's like Ertz.
And yeah, Ertz. I would definitely start Ertz.
Goddard.
Well, I am starting Goddard, so yeah.
Who do we got here? Rager.
No.
No.
Jackson.
No.
No.
There's no one else of worthy note. Team.
Jake Elliott. What about good old Jake Elliott?
No.
The defense. Any defense? Philly defense. You know.
I might do the Rams defense, but I already said that. So
Okay, but not Philly.
No.
All right. Is that fast enough for you, Connor? Are we doing good?
We're doing good. Okay.
Okay.
Broncos Steelers. I'll do some. Melvin
Yeah,
Gordon.
go for it. Okay. Start.
Philip Lindsay.
no.
Well, no. He's probably gonna be out, but no.
Jerry Judy.
Oh.
No.
No.
Noah Fantastic for fantasy football.
Yes.
Yes. Remember that's my nickname I gave him.
Okay. Okay.
Really long time ago.
I'll do a reluctant yes.
Okay.
Okay. Oh shit. All right.
Pittsburgh.
Well, no. Hang on. The defense.
No.
Denver defense.
No, I'm
Eh,
saying that they're playing Pittsburgh.
Drew
Oh.
Drew Lock.
No.
Well, hang on, dude. What about Sutton? We didn't talk about Sutton.
Sutton.
No, I mean he's coming back from getting hurt, so I'm not starting
No,
him.
no, I wouldn't start.
I
Yeah,
guess
McManus.
yes.
But what about McManus?
Nope.
You're a big McManus.
McManus, I'd start him. I think the Steelers are going to get into the red zone, and the Steelers are going to lock down and keep
Okay.
it clamped.
What about Royce Freeman?
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Not after what they did to Saquon. I'm afraid to start any running back against that defensive line.
Did you say start Gordon?
Yes, I am not going to.
Okay.
Um,
Not either.
Juju.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah, hell yeah! So proud I drafted him. He's
Mhm.
the man. Deontay Johnson,
Yes.
Big Ben.
Yes.
Are you starting him just because he followed you into a bathroom to ask you if you're starting him on his fantasy team, or are you going to do it regardless?
Shaved? Is he shaved or not shaved? That makes a difference.
I think that he's I don't know, watching him it just seems like he's made of like playing cards. So I feel like at any point in the season he's just going to explode
Yes,
into just a pile of bones.
it's
I
crazy.
mean, grabbing at his knee during the first quarter. Right?
When he starts running, like he
Broncos are
starts
gonna
running, then he's like, ah.
The Broncos are going to rough him up because that Steelers line is depleted. They
Yeah,
lost to Key Peace on Monday night.
Ben Roethlisberger
It's also-
running with the ball like he's running back to the computer for the third time that day.
Oh, jeez. It's also a short week and they're traveling Denver.
Yep. So
So you
I'm
gotta-
I'll still start him, but I'm just waiting for everything to come crashing.
But okay, about the Connor Snell thing.
Sitting both of them.
Sitting both
Yeah?
of them.
Okay. All right. What about Ebron? A lot of people picked up Ebron.
Nope.
Okay.
He wouldn't give him much love.
Oh yeah. I said last week, by the way, to start or to I think to sit the defense. I think for Denver, and you should have started him. And I said to sit Noah Font, so I'm bringing that up. Yeah, I made that mistake. And I said to start Eric Ebron, which was a mistake, but I wouldn't start him now. And I wouldn't start Chris Bowell, the kicker, of course.
Fuck
but
that guy.
yeah,
I owned him.
I
He
think we're good.
sucks.
yeah. I
He's
think
worse
we're
than Mason Crosby.
Yeah, but I would start Big Ben. I definitely would start
This
Big
next
Ben. even-
one's I would stream him. This next one's a doozy, guys. We got the Carolina Christian McCaffreys against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This is gonna be a good one.
He's like, we're gonna cream him.
Like just
This is a doozy, you're speaking my language, brother.
My honka.
Bringing that back.
I'm bringing it back.
That's awesome. That's fantastic.
Panthers, are you starting Teddy Bridgewater?
No.
Are you starting Christian McCaffrey?
Yes.
Hell
Are you
yeah.
starting DJ Moore?
Yes.
Robbie
Yes.
Anderson?
Yes.
Yes.
Is
Slide.
it Curtis Samuel? Is he on it?
No. Curtis Samuel.
No love for Curtis
We
Samuel.
got to put it out there. Joey Slide.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right. What about the Panthers defense?
Come on, man.
No.
No.
What about Tampa Bay? What we got in Tampa Bay, guys?
Brady.
Starting Brady?
Yeah. Oh, got a good thumbs up from Connor. Godwin.
Now, there's
He-
actually
he's
some
out.
Well,
concussion
gotta-
protocol.
Well, but it's protocol, but that's the beginning of the week.
I keep an eye on it. If
Yeah.
if he's fine, I'm starting him.
Okay, yeah. This is all these are with the idea that they're not hurt. Yeah.
Presumably, if healthy, I'm starting Godwin and Mike Evans. If Godwin is injured, I'm not picking up the third string. I know you wouldn't start Mike Evans.
Mm-mm.
I'd also start OJ Howard,
Yes,
He was
I would
getting
do that.
love. He's the Gronk.
and I
He's
was
the-
happy to see it.
Not Gronk.
Yeah.
There was a hit that Gronk took where it felt like he hurt in a way that I'd never seen him react to a hit, and it shows me that he cut a bit. He cut down a bit in his weight,
Mhm.
and so he's not as durable as he used to be.
Yeah. Would you start the defense of Carolina?
No.
No. Now I said last week I said to start DJ Moore, and obviously you should have sat him. Okay, Mike, because how about
Yeah,
you?
but I mean, DJ Moore he's a player that you're just going to start at least the first 4 weeks.
Mhm.
I remember DJ Moore back when he was the hot waiver wire pickup. I remember him back when he was nothing.
Yeah, me too. That's why I didn't want to. I was kind of reluctant about drafting him.
Yeah.
But then I read everything and heard everything that said to draft him. He's going to be a target monster, and he is. But so is Anderson, and so is Samuel. So it's not cool. Leonard Fournette, would you start him?
You know what? Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
I would start both Rojo and Leonard Fournette because Panthers gave up how many points to Josh Jacobs last week?
Mhm.
They're just not a great defensive line, not a great defensive team. I'm not to throw shade on Josh Jacobs. I had him in a league and he won me that day, having him on my team. But he's running against the Panthers D, which I think we all suspected would not be great, and that's what we got.
Right. And so you wouldn't start Gronk, right? Sit Gronk, start OJ Howard.
Yeah.
Okay. And Ryan Suckup, the kicker.
For the Buccaneers.
Yeah.
No.
Nah.
No. Nah. What about Brate? Cameron Brate.
Nope.
No.
I mean, he was getting more love than
Nope.
Gronk. So
Yeah.
okay.
So
Okay. Oh,
I'm
and
right in there that's not named OJ Howard.
I have no love for tight ends built like Cameron Brate and Jack Doyle. I just want to make that clear.
what about Ian Thomas?
No.
Okay. All right. That's all I got. And I think I did do my fell on
Moving
my sword
on.
on that one.
Moving on to this could be an upset. I'm calling this if it happens, it's the upset of the week. I don't think it's going to be an upset, but if it happens, it's the upset of the week. The infamous Washington football team, known as
Team
WTF, against the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
If it's an upset, it's because Washington's defense is real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
This is the game where I would not start the defense for Washington.
But
This is where I'm watching to see if it's Washington's defense that was awesome or Philadelphia's O-line that was bad.
Yeah, and this will tell you.
This 100% is going to tell you. I mean, this is like
you're going to be playing a super high-powered offense. So even if their showing isn't super great, I mean, I wouldn't overreact to this game either because you're going to be going against Kyler Murray, who put on a show last week against San Francisco, getting it on the ground, and D Hop came out great. Kenyon Drake wasn't fantastic, but the Cardinals were able to take on the 49ers and made them look kind of bad. So if Washington doesn't come out looking great, they did it as well as the 49ers did.
So who would you start on Washington?
On the offense. Not starting their kicker. Man, you know what? I still don't feel super big on Gibson. I want to wait a little bit longer on that.
So I'd start.
You start him?
Listen.
Okay. I would start McLaurin and
Not me.
oh, you're not starting McLaurin?
No, I'm not a fan.
I'm not starting any of Washington's offense except for McLaurin. But I'm glad I didn't draft him. I'm glad I drafted other guys. I'm not starting the Washington kicker. I'm starting Gonzalez, of course.
Yeah.
The only thing I screwed up on last week was I said to sit the defense on Washington.
Yeah, the other thing you want to keep an eye on if you're a Washington, if the tight end got some points last week, keep an eye on that. See if your tight end does anything this week.
Good, yeah, that's good. Would you start Gonzalez? Zane Gonzalez?
Of course.
Yeah. And of course, the automatic starts are Murray, D Hop, and Drake. Yeah, and what about like Peyton Barber? Would you start him? No. Okay. So basically, well, Connor already said anybody, but only McLaurin. Do you have anybody you would start on Washington there, Ethan?
No, just McLaurin. I mean, I would be tempted to start Gibson. I'm going to be tempted to start Gibson every week.
Yeah.
Like-
The only ones I would start really on Arizona is Murray, D Hop, Drake, and Gonzalez. I wouldn't start anybody else.
Yep, agreed.
All right. Nothing more can be said.
Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers.
Woo! Got this one wrong. Boy, did I get this one wrong. This was the biggest,
I was wrong about Eclair, guys.
oh, this was the worst advice of the week. We need to have a drop for that, dude. Get on that, Ethan. Yeah,
That's for us. That one.
that was
enough.
me. That was me,
It's me
dude. I
too.
said to sit Eclair. Oh, Kyle. Clyde Edwards Hilaire, dude. I said to sit there, but no.
No, you
Guard
want
him now.
He did not. I mean, there were some runs where I saw him and I'm like,
Oh, that tackles the.
yeah. Sometimes where he just gets pulled out of thin air and thrown on the ground like he is made of paper.
That's why he's
From
Eclair,
behind.
because he's real sweet, but he's bite sized.
He's puffy. He's just full of air. It's so light.
He's
No.
low fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm starting
About Darrell Williams?
Eclair. I'm not starting Darrell Williams. I'm starting Tyreek Hill. I'm starting Kelsey. I'm starting Mahomes. I'm starting Sammy Watkins in the flex. I'm starting the kicker.
I'm not starting Watkins. I'm not starting him.
You're waiting for that drop off.
What I saw was Patrick Mahomes spreading it around.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
that's what I saw. Like Tyreek Hill didn't have a good game, guys. We're saying like he's an automatic start. He didn't really have that better of a game than
No,
Eckler.
he didn't. It's just Mahomes and Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. They're gonna distribute a lot of touchdowns. They're going to. They're gonna distribute a lot of Yeah. With the Cardinals, I was right about D-Hop, guys. I was 100% right.
Yeah, he went off. He went off.
Dude, didn't Christie draft D-Hop and Kyler Murray
Yes.
in a league?
Yes.
Yeah, I would start I would start everything. I would not start Watkins, I would not start Hardman, and I would not start Robinson.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's what I wouldn't do because it just spreads it around
Your
too much.
relationship with Mecole Hardman is improving.
Well, dude, each three are a threat to each other, and so it's very difficult to choose. And I chased that dragon all last season, and I don't want
it, guys.
I don't want to get on it. I don't
His
wanna get on it.
relationship was equivalent to a person with heroin.
Dude, I had
He
way
chased
too
the
many.
dragon.
I had pretty much every receiver from the Chiefs.
He let
except
me
for
pick up
Tyreek Hill.
Hunter Henry and trade him for Michael Thomas, all because he was chasing the dragon of the Chiefs.
Byron Pringle. He
Byron
got
Pringle.
Me. Got me.
him.
Yeah. But I would start Austin Eckler. I would start Henry. I'd start Bagley, and I would start Keenan Allen. Yeah, and for the Chargers, I really think that they're going to go. The coach is going to go back and he's going to start looking at the tape and say, you know what, last game we lost, even though we won, we lost because they only got 16 points against the Cincinnati Bengals. They're supposed to be this high-powered offense, and the thing is that they were doing something different than they did last year. Okay, last year they did not. They were throwing it to Eckler and letting him, give in the ball to the most explosive playmaker on the team. And I think that's what they're going to do this time. So I think this is going to be a bounce back game for Eckler.
Let's see. Anything to add, Doc?
No, I think that's about right. Although I would probably, I'm scared to start Keenan Allen still. I'm definitely starting it.
Dude, I'm looking at game script. I mean, they're going to be behind. They're going to have to throw it.
I'd start Mike Williams. Next.
I don't know, dude. I don't know. Mike Williams, man. He's a little dinged up. Joshua Kelly's probably something people would want to know. Would you start Joshua Kelly?
I might pick him up and stash him, but I'm not going to start him.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor. Tyrod Taylor.
No.
Okay. All right. And Justin Jackson, I guess no.
Nope.
Or the defense. What about the Chargers defense?
Nope. And no.
What
about
Nope.
KC's defense?
Nope.
Yes, I'm starting KC's defense.
I would start him too.
They were only able to put up 16 points against the freaking Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, please. I will take KC.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I would take him. Yeah. Good point. Okay. Ravens at the Texans. Doc, Bill O'Brien.
Never gets old. Never.
Never.
And I have a hard time saying to start anyone on this Texans offense because it's going to be. You drafted Deshaun Watson. You're in. You got to start him.
He
right?
sucked last year against them, though.
I know he did. I know it was a game he didn't show up. But I think that he realizes, and the entire NFL realizes that this Texans team now is kind of like when it was just LeBron on the Cavaliers. That's Watson.
Good comparison.
He's the guy. He's the guy that has to do it, and that's why D-Hop isn't there anymore. is because they needed money to pay this guy to make sure he stayed, right? And he
Yeah.
did. And but now he has no number one guy to go to, and it sucks. But and he didn't have that. He actually had a better fantasy game than Mahomes last week, so we can't forget that. Garbage time does wonderful things to a team when they get behind, and I have a feeling that there's going to be some garbage points for the Texans at the end of this game.
So you'd start Watson?
Yeah, I'd start Watson. I would.
Fuller?
I'd start Fuller. And I'd start David Johnson because use that guy up while you can. I said to start him last week, and I was super psyched. He was the first running back to score a touchdown last Thursday.
Yeah, I said not to, and so that was a mistake I made. I said not to start.
I was
David
wrong
Johnson.
too. Yeah,
That's the one thing that I can say I was right about is starting David Johnson.
And I also said to start Fairburn.
Oh yeah, no, I got burned by that guy last year, so nothing.
Sit. So and I also sit Cobb. I would sit Cook. I would sit the tight ends. Any tight
Didn't
ends.
you say to sit Mark Andrews?
No.
Oh,
No.
okay.
I don't like Mark Andrews because I'm worried that if
the diabetes.
yeah.
Mhm.
Plus, I mean, he got a little banged up, dude. He started off the year hot last year, and then as the year went on, he got banged up. You know that, man. You're an owner. And then, but I did say to start Mark Ingram, which I would not do this game.
Would you start
Yeah.
Would you start the Dominator?
Yeah, I would start Dobby. I would definitely start Dobby.
Start the Dominator. I think
Yeah.
Dobby. Yeah, I'm calling him Dobby.
it's going to be a game where the Ravens go up and they start feeding the rookie
There you
to
go.
run out. That's what's going to happen. And I'm thinking about because I have Naeem Hines, and so I'm like, do I put Naeem Hines in the flex or J.K. Dobbins in the flex? And this matchup makes me think I'm going J.K. Dobbins over
Okay.
Hines.
Yeah, it's a difficult decision. So I probably would go Hines. Yeah, but that's just me.
What about
maybe-
you? What do you think? You love the rookies, don't you?
Yeah, I would start him in the flex.
Hines or Dobbins?
Probably Hines.
Hines. Okay, so it's
Yeah.
got two. All right. What about Marquise Brown?
Oh yeah, I'm starting him over Joe Mixon in my Bo Jackson league. 'Cause
In the
I
flex?
have- yeah, because I have Taylor and Josh Jacobs in that league, so I'm rolling
Yeah.
with both of those
I-
guys.
Okay, I mean, I can respect that, but I wouldn't do that. Josh Mixon is guaranteed touches, where I think that we just talked about it, that Watson doesn't really do good against Baltimore, and that the reason why the Doc's even contemplating putting Dobbins in is because it's going to be a blowout. Well, that means they're going to be running it more. That means less.
I did you see the Ravens last year?
I did see
They didn't follow that kind of game script. They wanted to put up 48 points a game.
Well, what did they do yesterday? What did they do last week?
They didn't just They put up what Lamar Jackson's threw 3 touchdowns,
But
It
what
was
did?
38.
38 points, 38 to
Okay.
6 against the Browns. And the Browns have they have a decent defense.
Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, and you would say the same thing about the Texans, right?
I don't think the Texans' offense is as bad as the Browns,
Okay.
Browns were last. Because the Baker Mayfield was god awful. He was pathetic. He was not nowhere near anything that Watson would have been.
Okay. I mean, okay. Let me ask you. Do you think Joe Mixon will score more than 12.6 points?
I think
That's
he
the
has the
question.
potential to hit it, but I think that he also has a floor
Okay,
this low.
Okay, because it just
He showed it last week.
Okay, because that's what he did. That's what Brown did. He did 5 targets, 101 yards, no TDs. Okay, so the TDs that you're talking about, not one went to Brown.
But the yards were there.
Okay, we got 12 points for it too. Yeah,
Mhm.
and so that's what I'm saying is that I would start Mixon, but I respect your decision. But I guess we are all three in agreement that we would start Marquise Brown in this game.
Well,
Yes.
no, I think. All right, we're on the. This is what's great about this show. Whenever I pivot, I always try to do it live. I'm gonna take your advice, Brian. I'm gonna start Joe Mixon
Hey, for now.
for now.
Yeah, but
Well,
yeah,
he
but
plays tomorrow. Oh, well, you know
Yeah.
what? He has 5 stars.
dude,
There it
it's
is. You always trust the stars on Yahoo, people.
dude, 19 attempts against Cincinnati's defense, who's just lost who lost their interior guy. All right,
we do.
Reader. He lost
Dude.
Reader.
Justin Tucker.
Oh
No.
hell yeah, I'd
No,
start him.
Oh yeah, I would start just. I'm
I
sorry.
would.
thought-
Let's get back on track.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else from that game? I would start the Ravens D. I wouldn't start the Texans D. I want to start Fairbairn. I think that's it.
right on.
Last game, Sunday night, guys. The big one.
Well, we're also gonna do Monday. I
No,
think.
Monday too.
No. Oh, we're doing. Oh, because we're talking about it on Monday. Okay.
Yay! That's okay.
New England at the Seattle Seahawks.
Nice, dude. Nice pronunciation.
I'm rolling out Cam in this game.
Yep.
I'm rolling him out. I'm rolling out Cam. I'm starting Cam, and I'll start Cam and I'll start out Edelman, and that's it on the Patriots offense.
I agree.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I would not start Harry, excuse me. I wouldn't start any of the RBs
Yep.
or Ryan Izzo.
Russell Wilson.
I'm a little nervous about starting that D too, man, because Russ is cooking. Russ is cooking it up, dude.
He's
And
unlimited.
I think this is gonna turn into a negative point scenario for Patriots fans.
Who did he cook against? What
He
team?
cooked against Atlanta. He cooked against Atlanta effortlessly.
Yeah, and so now he's going to get an actual better defense.
Who did the
as a-
Patriots play last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami. So neither of them, I guess. Yeah, that's a good point. Really what was going on?
It's very
Yeah.
even. Balanced
know
as
what?
all things should be.
How about this? This is the way that you basic of defense that you look at. Do you think that that New England's going to give you negative points?
I'm afraid of it. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then that's when you sit them.
Yep.
So Seattle defense, would you start that one or you sit it?
Let's start it.
I'd actually start Seattle defense because I think that I think Cam is going to get a lot of points because he's going to put the game on his back and he's going to run it a ton and he's going to throw it all over the place and probably throw a few picks. But he's going to run it and he's going to get scores. But I think the Seahawks are going to take care of it.
Okay, just curious, dude. Just curious. Asking for a friend. Seattle or the Vikings defense?
Vikings.
Seattle.
Yeah. Oh wow. Okay. All right. What about Metcalf, Lockett?
Minnesota burned me last week, so I'm upset about that.
If you go and you drop Minnesota's D,
I might not
I'm
be-
picking them up, man. I just want you to know that.
Me? Oh, you're going to be waiting there.
Both of y'all, if either of y'all.
Okay.
Well, dude, I mean, if they turn out to be a turd, then have fun with that sandwich. The Metcalf or Lockett?
I'll start both of them.
Carson?
I'll start
Carlos Hyde.
No.
Okay. What about Olsen? Greg
I'd
Olsen.
start Olsen. I would.
Greg Oldman.
Yeah. Hey, man, he was the one last week for Seattle. So if you
And
have
what
no
about-
other better option, let me put it this way: he's a streaming tight end.
There you go. What about Josh Gordon?
No.
Josh Gordon.
Oh yeah. So,
Good thing we couldn't hear it.
oh man, all this being on.
There it is.
There we go. Even better. Even better.
Okay.
Or Jason Myers, the kicker for
No.
Seattle. Okay.
No.
Philip Dorsett.
No.
Nope.
Okay.
You know we're not starting these guys.
Well, dude, I mean, but these are it's not just for us, dude. People might have this, these deep leagues and they were trying to make these decisions. Russ is cooking. Maybe Philip Dorsett something. Maybe Josh
So
Gordon.
now the league can be 20 teams deep.
I'm just throwing it out there, dude.
I
Yeah,
know,
I'm just-
buddy. I know.
I'm saying, I'm just saying, would you start them? Yeah.
No, I don't think you should. If you own Philip Dorsett, you need to drop him. There's something out there more valuable.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. Last one.
All right,
Uh,
Saints Raiders.
The New Orleans Saints at the Las Vegas Raiders.
What's the big news?
I'm starting Bree. Oh, Michael Thomas, high ankle sprain, no Thomas. You know what that means?
If
Sanders,
someone offers
Cook,
you
and
Sanders in a
Kamara
trade,
are all getting started for
you
me.
take it.
What about Traquan Smith?
Nope.
He's supposed to be the outside threat, man.
He has
Yeah.
one good game a year. You never know when it's going to be.
It's going to be when he'll when Thomas is out. That's how you know when it's going to be.
Voldemort.
Well,
And, but here's the thing, though. Are you rolling into this game with the Saints D totally confident?
Yep.
I
Yep.
would too.
Because I did last week, even though when I felt like I shouldn't, and it worked out. They got me 17 smackaroos.
Yes.
So
but,
you start.
but that was against a very new team.
Yeah, Tampa Bay and all that.
And he looked like they all looked like they were working out of a different playbook. Like that's how they were playing. And the Raiders show that they could be pretty potent, right? With Josh Jacobs. Because I mean, let's be honest, we're all starting Josh Jacobs, right?
Hell
For sure.
yes.
Are you starting Darren Waller?
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
starting
No. I'm
starting
not starting
Carr?
Ruggs. I'm not starting Carr.
Well, Ruggs is a little banged up.
Yeah, Ruggs ain't out there.
Yeah, and
What about
Edwards. Mm-mm.
No?
Which one?
Hunter Renfro?
No,
No? Okay.
no. I'm not starting Voldemort.
Not starting Voldemort. But you're starting Breeze,
Yeah,
Andrews,
yes.
Kamara, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Are you starting Latavius Murray?
No.
No?
Nope.
Cook?
But yes, and that's a mistake I made. I said to sit Cook.
Yeah, he went off, man.
Yeah, and I said to sit the New Orleans defense too.
When
Ooh.
Breeze threw downfield, who else got a little nervous every single time Breeze threw downfield?
Until the camera panned over and you saw Cook wide open, then that's whenever I wasn't nervous. Yeah. So
I'm just saying that I don't know. I don't know about his arm. I don't know about we didn't see him really air it out.
mhm. Well,
Or
he went,
range passes.
put this way, he went as far as Jared Cook can run. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, but last week I also said to start Derek Carr, and I said to start Brian Edwards, which both of those were a mistake, and I would sit both of them. I would sit Daniel Carlson, the kicker, but I would also start Will Lutz.
Yep, for sure. And sit the Raiders defense.
Yes, absolutely. Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
Well, that's
I think we got through it, guys. We got through it. Yeah, that's
did
awesome,
it.
man. Yeah. So that's all of our starts and sits for this week. Okay, coming up. So hopefully I'll get you ready to go ahead. If you lost one, like some of us, I'll get you your 1-1, so you'll be even. Or if you won one, like others, then you'll be up 2-0. So hopefully that information will help you out. So keep this in mind, guys. We're recording this right now, Wednesday night. So you'll get this Thursday morning. So I'll help you prepare for Thursday night and also for the weekend. But then we're also going to record on Monday night. Okay, so that you'll get a new episode on Tuesday to help you with your waiver wires and also to help you, kind of digest what just happened to you, because we tried to do it Sunday night and dude, and that pain was just too deep. yeah, I needed whiskey. I didn't need to be doing a show. Okay, so make sure to hit the like and the subscribe button. That way make sure you'll get all of our shows. And of course, we want to thank our hosts, our sponsors, Sports Host app and High Volume Music Radio, Pride of Sunnyside. Any parting shots, Ethan?
Everyone, don't freak out after week one, especially a week one following no preseason. Things are crazy. Stay water and hold tight. Ain't over yet. First game. That's it.
Connor, parting shot.
I was right about Jonathan Taylor.
Jeez. All right, guys. No, okay. He really is a good guy. He's not that way. All right. And I would have to agree, that you don't win or lose your league on the first game. Have confidence, realize that you did not have a preseason, and that basically what you just saw was a preseason game that counted. Okay, so everybody's trying to gel, just like what Doc was talking about with the Vikings and why Connor said he would pick up the Vikings defense. Everybody's trying to gel. So just stay focused and stay relaxed. And as always, guys, remember, in fantasy football, as in life, don't dream it, be it. Enjoy your week. Talk to you soon.
We out of here.